The future is bright, everybody. The future is bright. I just figured I'd go looking like a total tool with the sunglasses on inside rather than the fat naked mole rat. Because my full disclosure, my left eye not feeling good right now. It's not pink eye. Scratched it. Bad such is the life of a contact lens wearer, and got astigmatism. I've had it for a while, and so light's kind of killing me right now. So I figured I'd just go sunglasses. We chill on the inside with it, but I didn't want to look like high as a kite. Although I wish I was, as some of you commented in the last video, on last night's Heat game. I just figured I'd go with this bug-eyed look, everybody. I don't know if these look like a tool in a cabana at Vegas, or if I look like grandma going to Publix. But you guys, I'm sure, could fill in the blanks at the in the comments, because Lord knows you will. But man, I am excited. I'll tell you what, I am excited for this upcoming game this week, man. Dolphins, Eagles, classic statement game coming on up for you, Fins. You have this everybody who's talking about the schedule or it's soft right now and all. Look, just go out there, you perform well. The only thing that could have made this week sweeter if the Dolphins would have won is if they would have been able to get the 72 team to pop champagne. Alas, the New York Jets were the ones who got to do it. So that is the one bummer of it. But I did love a couple of things. First of all, we talked about Jalen Ramsey coming back. That's exciting on the practice field. But just the idea that it's on the mend. He's going to be there soon, and reinforcements on top of a team that's already 5-1 appear on the way. But man, you want to talk about goosies galore, and you want to talk about what just gave me just an absolute delight was Coach Mike McDaniel. And McCoachin, this man is a true gem. I mean, he really is a delight. But I really loved yesterday. He was asked about the idea. Basically, I'll surmise the question as this. He was asked about the idea that is Tua a system quarterback? Basically, the idea that his system is so good that Tua is one of just many quarterbacks that could succeed. And he was just like, he was joking. He's like, I'm going to go through this podium and come at you. But he's like, the real answer that who the F cares? And this kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier in the week with the whole Tyreek Hill Tua thing. And Stephen A. Smith was like, getting the business from Dan Orlovsky this week. And Dan was just like, you baited, you're making it sound like Tyreek Hill is carrying Tua and Tua's just doing 2-yard passes. And that doesn't make sense. And that's just not true. And, Stephen A. Smith's going to defend himself or whatnot. But it just is annoying that, look, it's debate TV. You want to make your case for Tyreek Hill. Cool. He's not even the right guy that you should make that debate with on the team with Tua, because those guys do always link up on big plays in the air, downfield, chunk plays. There are other guys who are taking the ball from Tua, and you want to know about those little flip passes that he has from Devon Achane or passes to Jalen. It's not even the right guy. It's just annoying, such as it is when you're, a national team that's going to get this much coverage, which is why the future is so bright. And I'm totally not, covering up an eye that looks like it's a bunch of gummies in right now. But yeah, man, Mike McDaniel makes the point. He's like, who cares what people are going to say about, system? We're all together. Everybody's here. And I've had a lot of guys run these plays, and it ain't looked like this. So I think that was just the beauty of what Mike McDaniel was trying to put out there, of people who were trying to disparage, still doing it with Tua. And I don't know, people hate to be wrong, and people hate to move off of a take that they have been at. And I think the people who have stuck by Tua and have liked Tua, and first of all, he's about the easiest guy to root for. He's been through adversity. He's been doubted. And it's such an interesting journey too, because first, he burst on the scene, wins a championship. Then everybody wants to tank their team for him for years. Then he suffers a terrible injury. Then you're wondering if it's worth the risk of taking him. Then you do risk taking him. And then you see the guys who are around him and his peers succeed faster than he does, especially from a financial standpoint, from a Joe Burrow and a Jalen Hurts standpoint, they get their teams further standpoint. And now you have the idea of, now he's just not durable because he's got head. But you can't deny that the guy's good. You can't. I mean, you could sit here and you want to have your doubts about frailty and fragility. I mean, like Joe Burrow, he has been dealing with a calf. He has had multiple leg injuries. You have Justin Herbert dealing with a fractured finger. Tua's dealt with his own hand injuries in the past. It's a violent, violent sport. And the guy's done tremendous, tremendous work on his body. Jalen Hurts now going through his adversity of they're going all through are they worth the money? Were they worth this stupendous amount of stupid money that they got? Well, Tua's probably, if he continues this pace, going to get more money than all of them next year. So, but to say, this is a system QB. Yeah, maybe, but we kind of knew that. Have you not been paying attention that the coach and the quarterback have basically both been overlooked, both really haven't been given a chance, both have been underdogs, and now are linked together in this beautiful partnership that has the Miami Dolphins riding high right now. Tua did say some funny stuff, though, about the Jalen Hurts thing. First of all, on the concept of tush push, he said that Jalen Hurts, back in the day, he was his lifting partner, and that Jalen Hurts basically could lift as much as Alabama linemen. He's like, he probably could lift as much as our linemen. That's why he works on the tush push. That's why he's so damn good at it. Like, Jalen Hurts is just a freak. He's a monster when it comes to that stuff. And has been. So this is just classic honest Tua. And why, his press conferences every week are just hilarious because, a lot of quarterbacks are pretty robot speak. Tua's honest. Tua is reflective. Tua gives you some good shit every week. He's got some great stuff to say, but he's also I equate it to Goran Dragic on the Heat, where Gogi's got no filter. Gogi's just going to say what's on his mind and let it rip. And he was asked about the idea after talking about Jalen Hurts being such a moose that he could lift with the linemen. He was asked about, what was life at Alabama was like? And he goes, I got to tell you, when I got there, it looked like everybody was on steroids. I mean, they're not. They're not. But I was dying. I thought it was hilarious.
Down, and the guys wouldn't allow you to do that. So, yeah, when I got there, I thought I seen some big people in my life. Like, these guys, they all look like they're on steroids when I got there.
But they weren't.
It's crazy. Oh, my gosh. But they weren't. But they weren't. Just say. They weren't. We weren't. Yeah, we weren't. Thanks, guys.
It's just tremendous. He's like, well, we weren't. Sure. I'm sure Alabama's always been on the up and up, dude. Very jealous of them. Very jealous that they, everybody in Alabama's got their little kinship throughout the league. Very jealous of, it's all the stuff the Canes used to have. It's very jealous of it. Very, very jealous of it. Not gonna lie. But I just love that from Tua, man. He's like out here. He goes, yeah, man, I thought everybody was on steroids. We weren't. Just to be clear, we weren't. But we weren't. Oh, man. Kid's a delight. Can't wait for this matchup this week, man. I know that the Eagles and the Dolphins both dealing with some big injuries. I don't want to hear any belly aching. I know there's Slay and Lane Johnson. Hey, Dolphins don't have their left tackle. They don't got Jalen Ramsey. They don't got the offensive rookie of the month. The Dolphins are dealing with their own stuff too. All that stuff. I don't want any belly aching come the start of the next week. This is going to be a fun matchup. You're going to have your star receivers and your star QBs out there. You got enough pieces with these defenses. Vic Fangio says, whatever I did, I don't have any intel. He's doing that thing. He goes, I got no intel as, listen, we know that. Listen, he was a Staley disciple, or Staley's a Fangio disciple. It didn't look like Vic Fangio had any intel on it. But I do feel like, the defense is rounding off, especially up front with Sealer and Wilkins. I do feel like they're playing a lot better. Those first two drives notwithstanding, I feel like they bounce back in a big time way. I can't wait for this game, man. I got the goosies. I'm really, really excited for Sunday Night Football in this matchup between the Dolphins and the Eagles. And it should be an electric one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, dude.